So today we're going to look at Amgen. And the reason that I chose Amgen is I went to the Bid and Ask Nation last night and I said, guys, since we have made money and exited our positions on H&R Block and Cardinal Health, we need a new stock to trade. I wanted something that was coming up through the sweet spot, just crossing that 32% area, or even something that I could throw a tracker share on just until it comes into my sweet spot and I can make some good money on it. Amgen was my favorite stock. Now, the stock price is about $250, maybe a little bit less right now. So I didn't love it for that fact because it kind of weeds out some people depending on what kind of capital you're playing with. But this chart was beautiful, so I could not avoid it. The reason for the turn up might be that this story came out that says that laryngeal cancer therapeutics market is expected to grow by 635 million during the 2021 to 2025 period. Amgen is a big player in this, working with AstraZeneca. I don't know this for a fact. I haven't done any research into this, but just seeing laryngeal cancers, I'm just thinking of smokers, maybe baby boomers that are getting older. Maybe they're seeing that there's a higher increase of diagnosis of laryngeal drugs, laryngeal cancers, because, smoking in the past was a big thing. Vaping is becoming a thing. We don't know the side effects necessarily of the chemicals that are in vaping. I don't know if they're causing cancers any sooner, but irregardless, this might be why we're getting some action on AstraZeneca. So let's go over, take a look at the chart, see how we can play this from a long-term standpoint, a swing trading standpoint, and of course a day trading standpoint, which I'm going to teach. So I always like to zoom out on this long-term chart right over here. And this is my weekly chart. Weekly chart, I say, because each one of these candlesticks, when I zoom in, each one is an individual candle. And I say weekly because this down here is my trend line or stochastic, and that is weekly. So I zoom out just to see if I'm looking at any 50% rules, anything like that, and I don't see anything like that. If you don't know what the 50% rule is, go to the YouTube Everything Money page, go to playlist, Trading 101 series, and you can get acclimated that way. So I will tell you guys what stood out about Amgen to me and why I decided that I want to get into this thing. Let's see here. So perfect setup. We are coming up through the sweet spot. Now, I always say that this area between 32% and 80% is a cookie jar. This is the cookie jar. Right now, with this stochastic line being at the bottom, it has all of this room to run up to 80% and beyond. So right now, there's a lot of cookies in this cookie jar. Imagine that this thing is filled. I like grabbing it at this point because I have potential to make money from, let's say, $245 a share, to be round numbers, up to maybe $275 a share, instead of me having my red line be way up here, getting into this 80% area where it's overbought, and then I'm just grabbing crumbs from that cookie jar that I drew. So I'm just trying to grab the last few bits. That's why when I looked for something today, or when I told my Bid and Ask Nation to look for something, they found me a stock that is coming off the bottom, 32%. I have a lot of room to run with it. So what am I going to look for to buy this stock? I really like that we have pretty consistent volume coming in and a lot of buying volume the last week. I love that we're over all four of our major moving averages right here. We have our 25 and 100-day right here, 200-day and 50-day up here. Perfect. Now, pretend that this blue is green. What do I want to see for the next couple days? Today's Thursday, so I want to see green candlesticks. Ideally, I would like to see that tomorrow and fill out. And then Monday or Tuesday, I would love to see something like that where it takes out, say if Friday does that, and it takes out these two candlesticks right here and makes a new high of the week or high of the last 5 sessions or what have you. So in my ideal world, I just want to see engulfing candlesticks like this. Engulfing candlesticks are buy signals. I would love to buy like that. Obviously, if that happens, the red line is going to continue to, that's black. The red line is going to continue to go like this. Yellow line will follow, and we can make a great purchase. And I am thinking that, let me draw a yellow line across here. That's $260 a share. So minimum, I think that we'll get a run from $245 up to $260 a share. Do I think it's possible to run up here to this 277 area? I do. Maybe less probable than 260, but still, that's a pretty great run. So let's see what happens with that. I'm liking Amgen so far from a charting standpoint. So let's go over to our daily chart. This is the daily chart. This is where we do our swing trades. This is typically 1 to 5 days, 1 to 5 trading days. Over here is my weekly chart. So for me to find this run from, say, 245 to 270, 260, whatever it is, it's going to take a couple. It's not just going to happen overnight unless we get some crazy thing like this, which is probably drug-related news that makes the price, the stock price jump up. So over here, I'm usually looking at 1 to 6 weeks in today's day and age. Back in the day, it used to be, man, you could stay in stocks for months at a time. But now with the volatility that we're seeing, especially in the pharmaceutical sector or biotech sector, 1 to 6 weeks, I think, is a more normal long-term trade for now. Just today's market environment for now. So we're going to go to the daily chart, 1 to 5 days. What are we going to do here? I'm basically looking for the same thing. This is one of those rare stocks where I'm looking for the same thing on the long-term chart and the daily chart just to see what's going to happen. I want to see green engulfing candlesticks breaking out. And you know I showed you these 2 days right here, what I wanted to see. We can actually see that 250.64 is our resistance point. And I said I wanted to get over this, and this is probably 250.64. So I just need 2 green candlesticks to break out like that. And you can go ahead and add to it. If you do buy it now in Amgen on this chart, say you get a green candlestick tomorrow like that. When the stock price does start running into 250.64, it gets right here, you need to take your profits going into that resistance. The point of swing trading is to make quick profits. So when you're going into resistance points, you need to take your profits off the table. If you're going into moving averages over here on the daily chart, you need to take your profits off the table. That's the idea. You're trying to collect quick profits. If you're in more of a long-term hold, going into resistance isn't that important. You can afford the stock price to pull back on you a little bit. And that's kind of what we're hoping for, to create those W formations that I always talk about. So let's go over to the day trade, the day trading chart, and see what we got. So let me zoom out here just a touch. And I just want to zoom out just to see what we're working with Amgen. It's a little bit much. Okay, so the reason I'm zooming out is I typically like to find stocks that when I'm day trading them, they have a little bit of, I don't want to say volatility. I'm not looking for like a GameStop kind of thing. I'm looking for like a Boeing or even an Apple, that it's not that it's a volatile stock, but it's something that moves during the day. Because when I'm day trading, I'm trying to grab that 1 or 2% at a time that I can get in and get out in the same day. You need to have a stock price that moves on you. Like, for example, today would not have been a good day to day trade Amgen. It just kind of stayed kind of range bound the whole day. And more importantly than that, you were in between 80% and 20% for the majority of the day. This is not ideal at all. Remember, when we're day trading, we want to go long above 80% on our stochastic, or if we're going short, below 20% on our stochastic, between 0 and 20. And that stock price, that stochastic, which is this number over here that I'm circling in red, that 13.52, that's when I say 80 and 20, I'm looking at that number, your percent K. That's your trend line. So if we're going long on a stock, I want the trend to be staying in this 80 to 100 area. As soon as it drops below 80%, you exit the position. Take your profits and you're gone. Worst case scenario, the stochastic bumps back up in 80% and starts going sideways, you buy back in. No harm, no foul. When you're going short, you want your stochastic to be between 0 and 20. As soon as that thing bounces over 20%, say it gets into 21, 22, buy back your shares because you're short, buy back your shares, take your profits, go home. Worst case scenario, again, it drops back into that region between 0 and 20, and you short it again. No harm, no foul. There is harm or foul if you let this thing pop up and you give back all your profits or lose money. So that's basically it. But again, the reason I zoomed out, I'm trying to see if we get good runs on Amgen, and we do. But again, it's $245 a share. So That's a lot of money to buy just for some day trades, unless you're playing with big dollars. But even with, I mean, Amgen they do get over that 80% area and they can hang there. I mean, we're seeing it. I'm just going back. Each one of these black spaces is this black area, black area. Those are during the market hours. These gray ones like this, those are after hours. So as long as we're over 80%, we're good. You can do it. But in my opinion, I would probably find something else. I mean, you get your runs here and there, but more days than not like this, you're not really doing anything. You're kind of staying in the middle. You see how much of the stochastic trend line is in the middle. Today, basically all day in the middle. Last week, all in the middle. So there's better options out there. But remember, guys, when I'm showing you this, like right now it's 4:55, market's closed. I'm just trying to teach you guys how to do day trades. I'm not executing trades with you and whatnot. If you want me to execute trades with you, join the Bid and Ask Nation and I will help you all you want. We had one of our patrons today. He jumped in Apple this morning. He was in it for, I don't know, 20 minutes, made $300, and he was gone. He did a great job. Actually, I'll just give you a little bonus here. Apple. Here is the trade he made. So he saw this morning, he saw that his stochastic was over 80% at the open. He bought right here, rode this candle all the way up, added again right here, rode this candle all the way to the top right here. It began to pull back. This, right when this stochastic line dropped below 80%, he sold. He made $300 in less than 30 minutes. That's all it is. So all he did was just follow the stochastic. You're above 80%, you're good. You're getting buying volume. You're getting engulfing candlesticks like that. As soon as it dropped below 80%, he sold, made his profits, onward he goes. So that is how to do day trades. So before we get out of here, I want to do a quick recap for you. Amgen, if we want to go long on this, I love that we're in the sweet spot, coming up perfectly through the sweet spot. Most important thing, I need green candlesticks like this engulfing out. We need to take out the high of Tuesday, and we should be good. Over here on the daily chart, I like that we're over all of our major moving averages. I want engulfing candlesticks up and out. I want to break through $250.64. If you do buy tomorrow on a green candlestick like this right here, make sure you're taking profits going into $250.64, especially going into Friday. I like to call Friday profit taking Friday, so we don't get burned on something that happens over the weekend. Day trade, again, I said not the best stock to trade as far as day trading goes, just because the movement is not how we like it. But remember, I'm just teaching you, over 80%, stay in it, go long, have fun. As soon as it drops below 80, exit. If you're going short on something, between 0 and 20, as soon as it pops over 20%, exit. That's all for today we got with Amgen. If you guys like this, join the Bid and Ask Nation. It's $58 right now. I think there's 20, maybe 21 spots left right now. And remember, tomorrow, well, I guess you're going to be seeing this video at 9 a.m. today on the day that I'm doing it. So if you're watching this at 9 a.m., in an hour from now, this is really weird to say, I will be doing a Patreon-only stock class. And I am going to go from the absolute basics and teach you guys basically everything from the ground up about charting. We've had such growth, and I mean, I'm so happy about it, but I need to help out the newer members get themselves going and making some money like we're all making. So join the Patreon, join the Bid and Ask Nation. You will most likely make money. We got people that are just making thousands and thousands of dollars every day. It's truly incredible. So, and don't forget, with that, you also get all of the Everything Money software for free. You get the 8 pillars, real estate calculator, momentum trading, retirement calculator, everything that we come out with, you're going to get for free. So if you guys like this, sign up and you will not be disappointed. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Peace.